RoboCup, one of the premier robotics competitions in the world. Short for Robotic World Cup Soccer, teams from around the world design and build 5 soccer-playing robots. These robots are fully autonomous. That means once the game begins, no human interaction is allowed. So the robots have to use their own intelligence and control to coordinate team play and outsmart their opponents. In 1999, Cornell entered the RoboCup competition for the first time. Held in Stockholm, Sweden, we faced tough competition from around the globe. Despite being a new team, Cornell shocked the world by shutting out the strong German team in the final match with a score of 15-0. In our first year competing, Cornell brought home the gold. In 2000, the competition was held in Melbourne, Australia. This year, Cornell was determined to defend its title and bring the game to a new level. Focusing on a controlled game, we designed robots which could pass and dribble. We also redesigned our intelligence control to take advantage of these new abilities. Our first big advancement was the omnidirectional drive. Most robots in this competition have only 2 wheels, which means they can go forward, backward, or they can turn. What we developed was a system of 3 wheels, which means from rest, the robot can go in any direction it wants. The best example of this is our goalie mechanism. We developed a who can actually come out of the box and move in a position to block any shot.
Keep going. Sodium.
Our second big advancement was a dribbling mechanism, which allowed us to keep tighter control of the ball. The device worked by putting backspin to the ball so that it would always roll towards the wall. The dribbling mechanism allows us to develop a passing game and an unbeatable penalty shot.
Go ahead and...
Armed with these new advancements, Cornell traveled to Melbourne, where a total of 16 teams would compete against each other over the duration of 1 week. Cornell would far surpass expectations. Our first game was against the aggressive French team. We immediately discovered a serious problem. Radio interference was sporadically preventing our instructions from reaching the robots. The French team managed to score on us early while we were not responding. However, our strong design was able to tie the game in the worst conditions, keeping us alive in the tournament. Our next game was against the University of Melbourne, a very impressive team. They were the only other group to have developed a dribbling mechanism. Although both were very sophisticated, our passing game made a difference, allowing us to get past their defense and score multiple times.
2, 1. No, shoot. Yeah! To avoid each other. Nice save. Oh. Yeah! Our final qualifying game was against New Zealand's team. Their team was restricted by a local vision system, which made it impossible to react very quickly to new situations. The game was a lot of teams, and their slower system gave Cornell a chance to really show off passing and shooting. In fact, the first goal we scored was the fastest goal in RoboCup.
Has a greater variation in its compactness. 1 meter for the left team. 65 meters for the left team. Yeah. Smaller variation in the distance from the ball to the players.
Because of the way the tournament was organized, we were able to face France again in the quarterfinals. Although the game was once again very close, we were able to score against them with one of our newest improvements, a sophisticated penalty shot which could adapt to any goalie.
Along the shorter side of the field. Free kick, UP-3. Interception, UP-1. In the penalty area. Interception, Cornell 5. Beating 9. UP-1. The score is 0-0. Oh, they lost 16. Dribble, Cornell 3. Cornell 3's dribble count was 3. Steal, Cornell 4.
Shoot!
Cornell 4 is marking UP-1.
3, 2, 1.
Penalty kick Cornell. Interception, UP-1.
Without question, the semifinal match against Singapore was the most impressive match in RoboCup history. Both teams had an unbeatable defense, preventing any goals to be scored during regulation or overtime play. After 2 minutes of sudden death overtime, the rules required a penalty shootout to determine which team would go to the finals. Singapore took an early lead of 2-1 in the shootout. Cornell came back in the end,
tying the game 4-4 at the end of the penalty shootout. The game then entered sudden death penalty shots, where the first to score would be the winner. Singapore missed, and Cornell scored. Cornell would go to the final.
One. 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 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
The German team was the same team Cornell faced in the 1999 finals. However, like us, they had significantly improved their gameplay. Their main weapon was still a powerful kick which could score goals from anywhere on the field. However, our omnidirectional goalie was easily able to shut them out, while our offense scored 2 goals.
2, 1.
Yeah!